cold December morning.
A solemn show of support in Worcester. Thousands of firefighters paying tribute to Christopher Roy, a fallen brother who died in the line of duty.
Firefighter Roy's body was driven past the Worcester Fire Station where he served. A line of firefighters and family members sang a tearful goodbye. Unfortunately, Worcester is all too familiar with losing firefighters in the line of duty.
Now they must once again plan to honor one of the city's bravest.
So on December 9th, we had a structure fire, a house fire on 7 Lowell Street. While we're in the middle of battling the house fire, we lost firefighter Chris Roy. Whenever we lose somebody, that's like losing part of your family. You know, they always talk about the fire service as the brotherhood. So in times of tragedy, that brotherhood really comes through. We really count on each other.
I remember reading the paper on Sunday and hearing what happened with firefighter Roy, and obviously having a 9-year-old daughter. And I was at Wormtown the next morning, and we all got together and we said, now we know why we're collaborating. And there wasn't a hesitation, and we kicked it off right then and there.
You know, it's just something that everybody thinks about all the time. When the police department, the fire department, the EMS, those people are putting their lives at risk by doing what they do for us. And so when it comes time to make sure we have their back, this is one of the ways we can do it. So it was more of what we were going to do, not if we were going to do something. And making a beer is what we do, so that's what we did.
The outpouring of support has been unbelievable. When, you know, something horrific happens to us, you know, the community, whether it's kids sending in pictures that's saying, we love you, hope you feel better, like, sorry for your loss, to people donating huge sums of money to help out Ava. It's been endless and it's continuous ever since '99 up until now.
I think, you know, for both breweries, we live in the community. You know, our employees live in the community, they have families in the community. I think it's our responsibility to get involved when there's something that deeply affects the community.
Me and Howie got together on the recipe along with Scott, my head brewer, and we sourced up the ingredients, and when it was time for brew day, a bunch of the local firefighters that some of them were actually at the same fire and work at the same firehouse came down and helped us brew, and it was just a good, I think, therapeutic experience for them. They were able to do something as a team that wasn't fire related, but it was also honoring one of their fallen colleagues, and we just felt like it was a great way to interact with them and do something that, you know, we do day in and day out, and you know, show them a little bit of what we have going on. So we had those guys throwing bags of grain into the mash mixer, bagging up all the spices that went into the beer, and just overall helping out and trying to have fun for a day.
It feels good to have that support and know that people are thinking about, you know, us as a whole. Never mind Chris as an individual who's going to be remembered forever. Putting the Worcester touch on something like that, so people know when they go and buy it, that a Worcester firefighter touched that can, put it in a package, and leave our stamp on something. It feels good.
So Worcester's Bravest is a Belgian-style wit or white ale, which has a large proportion of wheat malt in it, which gives it a light body and a bit of an interesting wheat characteristic to it. It's also fermented with a Belgian-style yeast, which creates phenols that are a little bit spicy and add to an overall drinkable character. The crushed coriander also contributes to the spice, and 2 different types of orange peel, bitter and sweet, add kind of a hint of citrus, but also a little bit of sweetness to the beer. So overall, it's just a really easy drinking beer that isn't normal, but also is something that everyone can drink. It's not a beer that you have to be into beer to enjoy.
So the Ava Roy Fund was set up for Chris's 9-year-old daughter, Ava. Chris was the sole provider for her for her life. And now that Chris is gone, she inherited 400 fathers and mothers. And she's going to need help later on in life. So the Worcester Fire Department Credit Union established a fund for her to take care of her and whatever she needs.
Yeah, so all the proceeds of the beer will go towards the Ava Roy Fund. We actually have 2 other fundraising gifts that are doing that as well. So all the t-shirt sales, that's also going to the Ava Roy Fund. We actually just made a bet with an LA brewery for the Super Bowl. We won. They're donating $500 to the Ava Roy Fund. So any way that we can find different ways to donate to the Ava Roy Fund, we're certainly going to do that.
So after we brewed the beer, it took a couple weeks to ferment and package, and we had a big day here where we unveiled the beer, and we sold some t-shirts, and we sold some cans of beer to go, and also draft beer and growlers to go. And we're going to donate all the proceeds from the sale of the beer to the fund. So we haven't tallied it all yet, but it should be in the $20,000 range. Which we hope is a good donation and helps the fund a lot. I know they've raised a lot more money than that, which is great, and we're just happy to be a small part of it.
Our hope is that we never have to do this again for all the right reasons. But if it does happen, we'll be there again.
Oh boy, I don't know. I don't think so. You know, we've talked about this a bunch, which is great. And I know that everybody at Wormtown Brewery was extremely excited to be a part of this and give something back. You know, we make beer for a living, which is a lot of fun, but there's a lot of people out there that do other jobs that benefit us. And so this was just one small way we could give back and feel good about doing that.
Chris was a hell of a fireman. He was a great guy, and we're all going to miss him. He's going to be part of the family forever.